What's good, family? It's your boy Old Soul J, and I'm back with another video. Now, family, shout out to Thothannunaki. Shout out to Thothannunaki, because we're basically doing a series reacting to Thothannunaki's videos. Thothannunaki is the YouTube channel that we're watching this video on, and where the last video was on. So let's get into it. The title is Joe Rogan Planet Nibiru Anunnaki. So apparently they're going to talk about Planet Nibiru, which is where the Anunnaki are supposedly from.
If the Anunnaki are real and Nibiru is real, and Nibiru is on an elliptical cycle that comes between, it's like Mars and Jupiter, right? Mm-hmm. Somewhere around there? Like.
Well, it's further out now. It's over time, its orbit has been pushed out. And that's just one planet that these Anunnaki people come from. They come from many planets.
But do you think that this planet, Nibiru, that's on an elliptical orbit, if it's coming every 3,000...
Looks like a UFO. Well, what really it looks like is a beautiful jewel.
years, wouldn't there be some sort of documentation 3,600 years ago, at the very least?
Well, you have to look for geological disasters as marker points. This object, this Nibiru planet, which is mentioned, by the way, in the Enuma Elish, it's not a fabricated name, just so people know it's a real name. In the Enuma Elish, the oldest version of the Enuma Elish, it says Nibiru as one of the planets. But you look at the time frame when this thing gets close. It orbits another planet, another star. So it orbits a brown dwarf star. This brown dwarf star has the same amount of mass as our sun, but it's much smaller, right? But it generates enough heat through friction and orbits orbiting planets. You can see it in 2-mass infrared mode coming out of the constellation of Leo if you go to a worldwide telescope and download the software and all of that. But the fact that modern science now admit that there's an object out there that they say orbit our sun every 4,200 years, right?
There's an object that orbits our sun every 4,200 years, he said?
Object out there that they say orbit our sun every 4,200 years, right? And that's Corey Powell from Discovery Magazine. He's a real astronomer, been on Fox News. He said that on Fox News. If I can find the clip, I'll send it to you, matter of fact. And so
we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. Yeah, Fox News, Corey Powell. And so what's happening is we are seeing evidence that there is something out there that's orbiting our sun, and that our sun is a binary star system. So we used to think that our sun, one sun in the solar system, is normal. But as they looked out into space with Hubble and now the Webb, they discovered, no, binary is more of the normal, and even trinary. And so it's like, wait a minute, if binary is normal, they started looking for this object that gravitationally should exist, and they believe that it's out there far beyond the orbit of Pluto, and that Corey Powell says a solar system exists within our solar system. And he goes on to say, we come from there, on Fox News, which was just crazy.
So,
I gotta find that clip, y'all. Hold on. Let's look for it. I just pulled up a video. Apparently this is Corey, wherever he just said. Oh, Corey Powell on Fox News. So I'm about to really quickly see if this is the video that he is talking about. Oh my God, there's so many people that are trying to report these things. And it's like the masses just don't pay it no mind.
There might be a whole new planet on the other side of Pluto. It's named 2012 VP113, jokingly dubbed Biden. Get it? Corey Powell's editor-at-large for Discovery Magazine in studio. How you doing, Corey?
VP Biden.
Right,
there we go.
Correct on that. 2 images show you. This is the arrow obviously pointing to it. But there are 3 dots on here. One is red, one is green, one is blue.
Right.
What's significant?
So this is the actual Discovery image. Basically, 2 astronomers were looking, one little patch of sky very, very far away, looking for exactly this kind of thing. Stars don't move. Planets or anything that's like a planet does. So this is color-coded. This is what they saw on different nights. They're looking for one thing moving. They color-coded it to show that all these stars are staying still. This thing is moving, and the way it's moving...
So this is just one...
It's one object, color-coded.
Is Pluto on this?
Pluto's in a whole different part of the sky.
So this is way out there.
This is way out there. This is more than twice as far away as Pluto.
Unbelievable. Why does this matter?
There are 2 ways you can look at it. I think I look at it first of all as an exploration question. That we know where we are on Earth. We've mapped our planet. Our solar system is still terra incognita. It's full of surprises. This object is something that astronomers said shouldn't even be there. There's a whole other solar system beyond the planets that we know that are full of these things that are sort of planets, sort of comets. Some of them they call dwarf planets. That's what they're calling this one. What we're seeing is, we're seeing our neighborhood. We're seeing what's around us. And then the second part is, we're seeing where we came from.
Go back to the other image, guys, and we'll show, because we're over here on the left, right?
Whoa, he said we're seeing where we came from.
Right, so we're over here.
Okay,
There's
Pluto's out here.
Yeah.
And this thing called Maki is way out here.
That's right. That's another dwarf planet. If you want to find out where VP 113 or Biden is located, keep walking about another 30 feet that way.
Wow,
And
you can see that far.
And this is the closest it gets to the sun. When it really gets cooking, it's 15 times as far away as Pluto.
That's incredible.
It takes 4,300 years to go around the sun.
I don't know how you know that, but I trust you. What is a dwarf planet?
So a dwarf planet, the fact that you hear weird terms like that is actually scientists saying there are things out there we don't really understand. It's
You calling it a dwarf because like we don't know what this is. It looks like a planet. It seems like a planet, but we don't know what it is.
It's a dwarf planet is kind of a catch-all term for something. It's round like a planet. It sort of looks like a planet, but it doesn't orbit in a regular way like all the planets that we knew growing up.
Would this be part of our solar system?
So it's part of our
Or
solar
would it
system.
be outside?
It's a whole new zone. They're calling it the inner Oort cloud. You don't really need to know that. All you need to know is there really are these two solar systems. There's the solar system with the classical planets, and then there's this whole other zone that we haven't explored. And now they're saying because of how this new dwarf planet moves, that there may actually be an even bigger planet, something bigger than the Earth.
I guess that's the
way
point I
out
was
there in
going
the
to, because you
distance.
study this all the time. Is that why it's so significant? Because there's more beyond that?
There's more beyond that, and then there's more beyond that. I mean, I think what we're seeing is,
Okay.
if you watch the show Cosmos, I've been kind of glued to that. And in the last episode, they were talking about the discovery of comets and the discovery of our place in the solar system. We're still learning that. We're still learning this right now, and there's still.
All right.
Yeah.
Just like you're out of space.
Yo, it's like the news reporter is not even really listening. The news reporter is just like really being an actor here. Like he's cutting him off. I mean, look, maybe somebody's in his ear like, yo, look, we got to speed this up. You know, they work on a schedule on, they're on TV, but you can see how passionate the scientist is and how he wants to really get into it because he's like, yo, I'm on Fox News right now. Like, people need to know about this. I mean, explain this and that, things of that nature. But I'm not seeing the part where Billy Carson was saying that he said extraterrestrials. But I mean, this is just a clip, so yeah, let's just keep
I'm
watching.
out of time.
But this is where we.
I just said it. He said he's out of time. Like, all right, brother, you have 3 minutes to explain this.
This is why we're here. Oceans, continents, air,
Thank you,
us.
Corey.
It's all part of that.
You got it, man. Good to have you.
He was hinting at something just now. Hold on.
Of our place in the solar system. We're still learning that. We're still learning this right now, and there's still.
Man. All right.
Yeah.
Just like you're out of space, I'm out of time.
But this is where we.
I'm sorry, that was corny, but that made me laugh.
This is why we're here. Oceans, continents, air,
Thank you,
us.
Corey.
It's all part of that.
You got it, man. Good to have
He
you.
just what do you mean by that, sir? How do you explain that and then say ocean, continents, this is why we're here? That was very vague. Am I just missing something?
Back.
Well, what do you know? They had a shift in their paradigm of their belief or understanding of the universe, including the anticipation of discovering new objects. This is a 180-degree reversal of their understanding from when everything is known and there is no new planet to be discovered. Well, it is clear that everything is not known. But let's continue the Billy Carson video.
Discovery Magazine. He's a real astronomer. Been on Fox News. He said that on Fox News. If I can find the clip, I'll send it to you. Matter of fact. And so
we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. Yeah, Fox News. Corey Powell. And so what's happening is we are seeing evidence that there is something out there that's orbiting our sun, and that our sun is a binary star system. So we used to think that our sun, one sun in the solar system is normal. But as they looked out into space with Hubble and now the Webb, they discovered, no, binary is more of the normal and even trinary. And so it's like, wait a minute, if binary is normal...
So this is a picture of what Nibiru supposedly, how it orbits. It goes all the way out here. You see, this is us right here, this green thing. It's a green circle. It goes all the way out here. And then not only orbiting around us, but the sun as well.
Looking for this object that gravitationally...
And that's scientifically proven, apparently. But you know, Billy Carson is pretty credible.
Yes, and they believe that...
And watch when they start... And he's somebody, look, you know, I'm Mr. Spiritual and all that, but I will, you know, bring up videos in the future about, you know, spiritual teachers and stuff of that nature. But this man isn't necessarily a spiritual guy. He's very scientific, very much just a historian, just bringing you constant proof of things that align with, you know, what a lot of spiritual people say. Watch whenever they start saying somebody's or their information is woo woo. Like I heard Joe Dispenza, which was considered a credible source, is now they're saying his teachings is woo woo. Once they start saying things like that, then it's almost like they're trying to hide something. Especially when somebody is constantly bringing you proof.
Out there, far beyond the orbit of Pluto, and that Corey Powell says a solar system exists within our solar system. And he goes on to say, we come from there on Fox News, which was just crazy.
So,
oh yeah, he did kind of say that. He did say it. It was just so, he didn't really get to talk about it, you know?
the idea, if you follow Terrence Howard's theory, is that matter comes from the sun, it moves away, it coalesces into planets, it gets to a Goldilocks zone, life comes out of that, life becomes far more intelligent as time goes on, develops more capabilities, and then is also assisted by other beings that have been through this process already.
Yeah.
And then if this scales out for hundreds of millions of years, you get to a point where this Nibiru is.
Yeah.
Or billions of years, or whatever it takes for it to get all the way the fuck out.
Well, I estimate that they're about 1 million years ahead of us technologically. Now, it could
And
be...
then there's things that are millions of years ahead of that.
Oh, way ahead of them. There's things that are far, far ahead of them.
This is what's hard for us to scale out.
Yeah.
We like to think that aliens that fly in spaceships, that's the top of the food chain.
Right.
But not even close.
Yeah. Like I was saying before, I never got to it, really. There's 3 types of beings I think that exist. One is a physical corporeal being. That could be what we see flying around in these UFOs. Not all of them, some of them. That visit us, that interacted with us in the ancient past. Not all are little green men, but they have various different body types. The second kind that I believe is potentially multidimensional beings. Okay? That there's life in every different dimension. And you know, Michio Kaku was famous for saying that the universe, they believe, has 11 dimensions. So that's 11 dimensions. We're only in the third. There's 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way up to 11 at least, or the universe, he says, would collapse. So if you're in a being in a higher dimension, you can see the past, present, and future all at once in the third. And if you say, that's an interesting place, I'd like to visit it, if you can actually create a phase shift in your atomic frequency to match the atomic frequency of this dimension, you can walk right in and then you can walk right back. And then you probably have something else that's outside of this entire universe that has the capability.
Wow, I love this picture. This is a very interesting image right here.
Maybe it is the creators of the universe itself, which is why I wrote the book, Fractal Holographic Universe. Maybe there's a creator outside of this entire universe.
Wow. Just wow.
That has a hand in creating this ancestral universe itself.
Well, it also makes sense that if you scaled intelligent life up infinitely, you're going to reach a point where you have godlike powers.
Yeah.
This being or collection of beings, this hive mind, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It could essentially, if given 100 million years, harness the very power of the universe itself, or maybe even create the universe.
And create other universes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
absolutely.
is the ultimate mind blower, that intelligent life is the reason why this thing exists, that it creates this thing.
We're creating universes right now as human beings on this planet. 14 college kids created a video game called No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is on one DVD disc and it has 80 quadrillion planets and unlimited life forms, and the game never ends.
Wow.
We've talked about that, right? Yeah. That one's a weird one.
Yeah, you put AI in it.
Right.
Then what's going to happen?
Right. Scale up to a quantum computer.
Now all of a sudden,
And then have a virtual reality headset.
boom.
Wow.
The people in there, who are we? Where are we from?
Right.
What is the Big Bang? When we turn to console alone, that's the Big Bang for you. Yeah, Sims. The Sims are going to get AI now. They're going to be asking questions.
Right.
They're going to be creating their own software within the software and trying to build their own copy of a universe. We're not even close to base reality. We're literally living in a stacked reality. We're just one reality out of, who knows, Googles of actual realities that exist.
That's something, family. I mean, these are things that I've already theorized and thought of. When people say the information is within you, now me saying it, I wouldn't have said it in this scientific language that he's speaking, very, very fancy and stuff. But these are the type of things that would start to come to your mind. Just the idea of these type of things and what he's saying. Because this isn't new to me. I'm hearing it from him from the first time. But what he's saying, none of this is nothing that I haven't really already thought of. But what I love about Billy Carson, and this is honestly, like, I'm just starting, like, me reacting to these videos. This is a newfound, I knew of Billy Carson, but this is a newfound, this is something that I'm realizing right now is, I love that he's just bringing all these scientific and historical evidence to back up what he's saying. Because a lot of it, you will already come up with in your own mind, like how they mentioned the Terrence Howard theory. Because what Terrence Howard is saying, obviously he's done some type of spiritual, he's had some type of spiritual awakening or been doing some meditations or something. Because what he's saying is something I've thought as well. So when you have someone like Billy Carson that could back up what you're saying with historical and scientific facts, it's a beautiful thing. But when they say it's all within you already, it is. So yeah, family, continue to put the pieces together and continue to evolve and become the best version of yourself. And part of that is information, knowledge, the knowing of.